Shalom. Shalom and welcome. Welcome to Yasharal's Court, an end-time series, a series of messages to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father and Creator, who will come to know Him as Yahuwah, who will realize that our fellowship is restored to Him who is Almighty through Yahushua Messiah. He who was the word of Yahuwah manifest in the flesh as Yahushua Messiah, and whose set-apart spirit was sent in Yahushua's name. We will come to realize that it is to you who have accepted this that I consider my brothers, my sisters, my family. It is to you that these messages are addressed. Yasharal's Court. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. Today is August 26, 2014, and we will pick up with part 2 of Guard Orders and Command. Yasharal's Court. This is the 5th installment, again not including the introduction to Yasharal's Court, which is entitled Guard Orders and Command. Yes, our decisions are on trial. There will be benefits and consequences to the very decisions we make. You will judge. I submit to you, we judge each day, whether we use the term decision, rendering a decision, or judgment. We judge, my brothers and sisters. We will witness the emergence of set-apart justice. We will witness the structuring of a nation. With that said, let us pick up where we left off regarding guard orders and command. Back to the question of how do we effectively respond to guard orders and commands. Seek earnestly to discern what it takes to worship and obey the Most High Father Yahuwah through the living guidance of the Spirit of Yahushua. I encourage each and every listener to pray, study, pray some more, and be mindful of the living Spirit of Yahushua, that He teaches us directly in spirit or by working in us towards another, or through His chosen leaders, His chosen mores, His chosen teachers, and or through His sent messengers. All too often I have witnessed people say they will serve no man, or use the words, I follow no man. I've seen people boldly say, I'm not following any man. These individuals are echoing words reflective of an open grave. And I say this, my brothers and sisters, because how can you ignore the possibility of the Spirit of Yahushua working in us, but yet claim to believe? How can you ignore the possibility of the Spirit of Yahushua working in us, but yet you claim to believe the scriptures which clearly inform us that the Most High Father worked through His prophets, His servants, His children? How can we claim to be the children of Yahuwah through Yahushua Messiah, but ignore how He communicates to us? The time is at hand to be mindful of our claims, lest we find ourselves walking contradictions, contributing towards confusion and disappointment, lest we find ourselves rejected. Will we come to witness the Spirit of Yahushua working through man, woman, or child? Indeed we will, for we are indeed made one in Yahushua Messiah, and the Spirit of the Most High dwells within us. We will come to state that we will follow a man, woman, or child as they follow the living orders and guidance of Yahushua Messiah. We will come to know the trueness of such, my brothers and sisters. Here's another question. How do we determine the true set-apart ones who know how to respond to guard orders and commands with precision? This is a good question, and my answer would be consider the following very strongly. Otherwise, one will be at risk to succumbing or being overtaken by compromising actions, teachings, and behaviors. First, we will be able to identify such by their words and actions that will line up with scriptures in whole, not in part. Let us strongly consider the life in the following passage. Matthew 12:25 and 26. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said to them, every reign divided against itself is laid waste, and every city or house divided against itself should not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then does his reign stand? It is also important to realize, my brothers and sisters, there's one thing to purge or come away. There's one thing regarding the righteous division of purging wickedness and evil from our ranks. But there's another thing, my brothers, when we allow different beliefs and interpretations of scriptures to fester among us. During end times, as we are humbled, we will learn to come away, we will learn to purge, we will be humbled, and we will face the obedience, the reproof, the discipline, the repentance that is necessary to make Yasharal whole, to fulfill what is written. It is also important to realize, my brothers and sisters, Matthew chapter 10, verses 32 to 39. Everyone, therefore, who shall confess me before men, him I shall also confess before my Father who is in the heavens. But whoever shall deny me before men, him I shall also deny before my Father who is in heaven. Do not think that I have come to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to bring division, a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's enemy are those of his own household. He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who does not take up his stake and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who has found his life shall lose it, and he that lost his life for my sake shall find it. My brothers and sisters, whether we personally choose to ignore the magnitude of these scriptures or not, it will not make them void. End times will bring about the severity in all instructions from the Most High Father Yahuwah, delivered through his set-apart spirit in Yahushua's name. This is not a game, nor will we continue to have the convenience of being stiff-necked and stubborn in these final days. In order for prophecies to be fulfilled, there will be obedience. There will be those who come to know how to respond to the set-apart orders and commands from the Most High, those who understand the importance of guarding his orders, his commands, his laws. There will be a coming away, and we will witness times where wickedness will be purged from our midst, and we will face our final days. Soon and very soon we will come to realize we are being refined, and we will witness the emergence of the 144,000 in multitude, who are sealed for the purposes of fulfilling end-time prophecies. All doubt will be laid waste among the actual participants of end-time prophecies regarding our final exodus, regarding being gathered from the four corners of the earth. The 144,000 in multitude will emerge. What I am compelled to believe is that many will be very surprised as to their role, their identity regarding end-time participants, regarding our final exodus. I believe there will be much surprise as to who will be among those gathered from the four corners of the earth and be alive to witness the return of Yahushua, our Messiah, our Mashiach. I also am compelled to believe when the two witnesses of Revelation appears, we will come to witness their actions, their ministry. I believe without a doubt they will be the last two shepherds of Yasharal before the return of Yahushua. People will be surprised that they are actually living in the time of the arrival of the two witnesses mentioned in Revelations. We will be surprised when they emerge and when they demonstrate with power and might their identity through their obedience to Yahushua Messiah. When we discover how close we are into the fulfillment of things written in scriptures regarding our final exodus, regarding these last days, before the great tribulation becomes intense, my brothers and sisters, we will witness evidence that our Messiah, our Mashiach Yahushua, is soon to return. We will be among those who demonstrate how to respond to righteous orders and commands, how to guard them. I believe without a doubt unity will emerge as extreme humbling times will prove to be a time of much reproof, discipline, and repentance. It will be a time when we will become weak, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And in our weakness, we will witness a rise in the Spirit of Yahushua within us and among us, working through us, one towards another, working through his chosen leaders and or sent messengers. Things will become more clear. The presence of Yahushua will no doubt rise among us, my brothers and sisters. The Almighty Father's presence will be recognized and demonstrated among the living, those who are physically walking the earth. Yes, the wicked have individuals that will fight and kick against the set apartness of the Almighty Father, but this will not stop the fulfillment of end-time prophecies, nor will it stop his promises from being fulfilled. We will learn how to come away from the wicked teachings, practices, and behaviors, how to come away from compromising camps, fellowships, assemblies, or groups. Yes, there will be times we may seem alone, but as humbling times emerge, we will witness through our refining, identifying one another who are of like belief, who are of like commitment, who are indeed a part of the children of obedience. My brothers and sisters, I pray that each and every listener continue to seek to do the will of the Almighty Father and discover his living orders and commands. I strongly encourage that each of us be mindful of the need to respond to the orders, the commands, the laws from the Most High, and that we come to know how to guard them as they are issued from the Almighty Father. I strongly suggest that we realize that the Most High Father, through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name, is there to build us, to strengthen us, to teach us, to bring to remembrance, my brothers and sisters. Let us come to know that he will speak through us one towards another. We will witness chosen leaders rise. We will come to identify messengers from the Most High. Remember this day the choice that you make right now, this day. For some, the decision that is made today will be the last opportunity to get it right. I pray that each of us will be able to discover the strength and discernment from the Spirit of Yahushua, what he reveals, with a ready mind, body, and soul, to respond to the Spirit of Yahushua with precision. Remember what you have heard, O Yasharal. Remember your decisions. For we will be as one planting seeds. We will reap what we have sown. In other words, the fruit of our decisions will prove to determine our true position during these end times. No one knows the amount of information that will be given in order for us to obey what is ordered. There may not be too many more warnings. Let us choose wisely how we respond to the amount of information we get. Will we embrace the set-apartness from the Spirit of Yahushua? Will we be able to identify, or will we reject it? What will be the last decisions that we will make? Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. What is important is as we grow, as we press into this journey, as we press into end times, it is indeed a requirement that we guard the laws, the commandments, the orders from the Most High. And we do so not only in word, but in deed and in our actions. The time will come for those pursuing righteousness to either embrace these words as true and act, or reject them. But know this, whatever decision you make, we will indeed reap from the choices made. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned. The refining process continues. We will come to discern what is indeed words, messages, orders, instructions, guidance, and warnings from the Most High Father Yahuwah through his set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name. I invite you to continue to stay tuned to Yasharal's Court, an end-time series, a series that I pray will cause us to examine thoroughly and establish priorities, for we will come to face some severe decisions as end times become intense, and in some cases it will be the last decisions we make for some. In some cases it will determine whether we be left behind or not. In some instances our decisions will be reflective of whether we will be a part of those gathered from the four corners of the earth or not. Pray and watch and behold the evidence that will emerge through the Spirit of Yahushua, Messiah, our Mashiach, by the almighty power of Yahuwah, our Almighty Father. I invite you to stay tuned, my brothers and sisters, as Yasharal's court continues. There will be set apart justice. There will be the structuring of a nation. Stay tuned as this series continues. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.